It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share some thoughts regarding Konica's reorganization. I'm calling it a shell game, and I'm asking, are they hiding the disasters? Ladies and gentlemen, when I think about Konica's reorganization, I am thinking about the shell game. And that little seed you see underneath that shell that's lifted up, I believe is all covered. And all the assets that were bought up underneath all covered. And Konica Minolta is going to figure out how to hide it so he can get rid of it in the middle of the night, and hopefully nobody will notice. In this reorganization announcement, they talked about how they're going to take their business units. Currently, they have 4. They're going to reduce them to 3. And those friends of mine that sell supply and service print equipment, our new business group related to Konica Minolta will be called Business Technologies Business Unit. And in that unit, we're going to have digital workplace. Of course, they're going to take digital workplace and DX and integrate it into Office. This is extremely important to understand. They're going to integrate DWDX into Office. We will no longer be able to know that DWDX represents 14% of the digital workplace unit as it existed today. In the new model, we'll never know what it is because it'll be lumped in there with Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we also know that DWDX is where All Covered lives and all those crazy investments that they bought and put up underneath All Covered. Forza being the one that everybody knows was a big old disaster, which makes us all believe everything else they bought underneath All Covered was probably in the same shape as Forza. But at the end of the day, we're not going to know that because they're going to hide it. And then what I believe they're going to do is get rid of it and hope that nobody notices. They're also going to put in that Business Technologies Business Unit, the new unit, chemical products. Professional print and chemical products. Ladies and gentlemen, what in the hell? Chemical products? What chemical products? Are the chemical products profitable? Will the chemical products off? Well, I'm thinking they throw all the chemical products in there. They get rid of All Covered, and no one will ever notice because that business unit, the revenue will stick about the same. Ladies and gentlemen, totally absurd. They need to be focusing more, rifle focused, on managing all these components with the attention the components need for growth. Lumping them all together, bearing all the numbers on top of each other, I believe is ripe for mismanagement to go crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, back in 2022, Konica Minolta had a realignment. Remember that? And they were going to bring the Canadian IT weapons and All Covered together as they brought together Canada and North America under same leadership. Remember when they eliminated a whole bunch of market vice presidents? Remember that? Remember when they told the whole world they were going to sell All Covered all over the world? I thought that was so ridiculous. I did a couple episodes. I mean, I made fun of it. It just seemed ridiculous to me. We're going to sell All Covered all over the world. We can't even prove we're successful at it here in the United States. It was comical at best. But I guess all this didn't work out because now we're doing another restructure. Now we're going to hide some more of the numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, currently, Konica Minolta has 4 business units. Digital workplace, professional print, healthcare, and industry. In the industry business unit is where the chemical business lives. And they break out the industry business into the different categories. There's no separate category for chemical. Okay. It's kind of lumped in, I guess, with another category. I'll share those categories in a second with you. But we're going to take professional print now, digital workplace business unit, put them together, add chemical to it. This is going to be one great way to distract the marketplace from what's really going on over there at Konica Minolta. And I believe Konica Minolta got a little upset with the video I did where I shared how Brothers Domino business unit, their industrial print business unit, was spanking the crap out of Konica's industrial print business unit. So they're thinking, let's just lump some more stuff in there. And we'll make our numbers look really big by putting chemicals in there and stuff. We'll get rid of unprofitable businesses like All Covered. And they need to get rid of unprofitable business, don't get me wrong. But they can't run around and tell everybody over the last 14 years how fantastic this IT services business was for them, and then try to figure out more ways to hide the revenue and the numbers from that. And they never ever shared publicly the numbers of All Covered and all those assets they bought. They've never shared any of that, which leads me to believe it's a living disaster. But ladies and gentlemen, chemicals. You go to the website, you look at the chemicals business, and I mean, what are they talking about here? I mean, did Konica Minolta get so upset that BLI did not give him the most consistent color copy machine line of the year all the way through the year 2025? They decided, okay, if it's going to end in 2023, we're going to put the chemical business unit inside the print business unit, and we're going to give ourselves an award because we're going to be chemists? I mean, I'm just asking the question. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the industry business unit, this was at the end of 9 months of the year that they're in, which ends, by the way, in about 10 days. Well, I can't wait to see these numbers. But that unit did $673.5 million. Had a 7% operating profit. In that $673.5 million is obviously the chemical business. We just don't know the revenue for just the chemical business. They have categories here for the industry business unit. They have visual solutions, imaging IoT, optical components, IJ components, performance materials, and sensing. I'm guessing it's in performance materials. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, performance materials is not that much revenue in the big scheme of things. But is it really, really profitable? Will it help add profit to the digital workplace and the professional print when all those come together? I can't wait to see the new chart for this business unit, this business technology business unit. They're going to have all this broken out, industrial print, marketing. Are they going to break it all out? Or are they just going to lump it all together? Boy, I'm looking forward to these financials coming out. If you look at the digital workplace and the professional print together, through 9 months did $4.2 billion, had $189 million in operating profit, which is about 4.5%. Keep in mind, the Konica Minolta has this corporate eccentric category where they got $139.2 million in losses. But also keep in mind that Konica Minolta, through 9 months of the year that they're in, which ends in 10 days, they have a $57 million operating profit, which is 1%. It took them 45 months to get there. 45 months. And now they're sitting at a $57 million operating profit. We'll see how they end up at the year, but as I said before, I don't think it's going to be any big home run. And it's easy to just start recategorizing stuff. But they need to be rifle focusing on stuff, not recategorizing stuff. Currently, right now, we see the digital workplace and the professional print as separate business units. They give a little bit of details on each of them. You got the professional print over here. In the professional print, they have marketing services, industrial print, and production print. Are they going to lump all that together into this new business unit called Business Technologies Business? They're going to lump all those numbers together with the DWDX in the office. They said they were going to put DWDX and office all together. Isn't DWDX the future of office business outside of print? Wasn't that the purpose to manage the DWDX? We want to get into other things outside of print, but are related to print. Now let's just lump it all together because it ain't going very well for us. Let's lump it all together. That way, the end of the day with Ray won't be able to figure out what percentage of revenue we're doing in that particular category and then try to rifle focus by our geography numbers how much all covered is like in the U.S. Because I've done that a couple of times, right? It's literally nothing after 14 years of trying. Digital workplace, the way it existed up until 9 months ago, DWDX, $442.1 million, 14.3% of the total digital workplace business unit. Now we're going to see DWDX and office all lumped together. The total revenue for the digital workplace, including DWDX and office, for 9 months was $3.1 billion. But ladies and gentlemen, I thought it was really important for us to know what this DWDX number was. It just amazes me that we have leaders in our industry, and Konica's great about this. They're out there giving themselves awards or buying awards in the IT services community for what? They don't even prove that they're successful in this business, and now they're going to mix it up with office? They should give back all those awards. When they finally admit that all covered's a disaster, are they going to give back all the awards they won? Let's not even count it. Don't show the numbers. Lump it all together. Let's add chemical to it. I mean, I can't even imagine what the new financials are going to look like. Professional print, industrial print, marketing services. Those are all going to be added in there. Of course, they always lump the operating profit together, but we'll never know which group is profitable. They're going the opposite of what I've been screaming about. I've been screaming that we need to rifle focus in the details of these numbers. These OEMs cannot get away with just bragging about how great they are and then burying all their numbers together, hoping nobody pays attention. Ladies and gentlemen, I showed you this before out of their integrated report. It says right there, possibility of reorganizing IT management services from a best owner perspective for each region. To me, here's a possibility. Get rid of it all. Call it reorganizing. But before you do that, we got to hide it all so nobody knows exactly what kind of revenue we're giving away. I want to wrap it up with this. That meeting that Konica Minolta had down there in Florida, the Konica report wrote about it. I talked about it a couple of different times, but I want to focus on this China thing really quick. In the Konica report summation of the meeting, they said that Konica Minolta was moving out of China. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do some research on that. I go to the global network for Konica Minolta. They're all over China. So I would like to know, what are they moving out of China? If you look over here, you see DW and PP, Digital Workplace, Professional Print. China, 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 China. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, they're all over China. They're in China with their healthcare business. China, China. Industry business, and other. Are they waiting for a long weekend to move? They got the trucks ready, but they don't have enough volunteers yet. They got to get the beer ready and the pizza. Hey, we're going to move on Saturday. Some of the folks, we can't show up on Saturday. Can we move on Friday and I can get it done? I mean, whatever they're doing. Maybe they need a stair climber. Who knows? But I'd really like to know what the hell they've moved out of China. Based on the fact that in late 2019, in August, they were doing some deal with 9-Star. We all know who 9-Star is. Ladies and gentlemen, I just think the OEMs can't be massaging their numbers to a point where the industry can't analyze what the hell they're doing. And when they start doing these things, that's when you should start worrying. Because I've been saying for a long time, if Konica Minolta cannot prove that their DWDX strategy is working financially, what's their future? And if their future is they need to be an OEM that makes stuff and sells that stuff, that's fantastic. Admit it. Admit to the whole world that it's been a miserable disaster. You should have never done all covered. You should have never bought all that crap underneath all covered. And then maybe the rest of the industry will pay attention. Everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.